Hi, I'm Chapman, and this is the Tuesday studio video visit, but today is Wednesday because, again, I'm on holiday in Arkansas in the United States in my old stomping grounds today of Fayetteville, Arkansas. So the days are kind of getting away from me, being on holiday and all, and I've been busy running around and seeing people doing things. So yesterday I was unable to record the Tuesday studio video visit, but here you are today, and I hope you enjoy it just the same. As you can see, I'm outside. I'm all bundled up. It's been incredibly cold here the last couple of weeks or so, and so I wasn't quite sure where to do the Tuesday studio video visit or the Wednesday one. But then I was driving through the neighborhood, my old neighborhood, and my old sort of haunts and things, kind of just getting a little tour of everything. And I remembered this place. This is the castle. This castle is located in Wilson Park, which used to be called the City Park in Fayetteville. It was the first sort of major park, according to my knowledge, and certainly my park, the park that I came to and played in, as my family's house was only about a mile away from here. So we could easily walk here. There was a swimming pool here, swings, tennis courts, paths, gardens, flowers, of course, play toys, and plenty of things to do and activate your imagination. There's still plenty of big old trees that I still recognize and have relationships with here in this park. This place right here, what we call the castle, is still always the #1 castle in my heart. I live in Edinburgh with an incredible castle overlooking the city, but this is always the one that means the most to me. I remember when this was being built when I was a child, and all of us as children in Fayetteville, especially those that lived nearby and went to Washington Elementary School, I think in particular, were quite excited because we were sort of in this neighborhood and we could sort of gauge the process as it was being built. So this castle was built, I believe, in the 70s, obviously, and a lot of different artisans and craftspeople worked on this castle. Recently I just went to Terra Studios and out in the country with my nieces and family, and we enjoyed all the crafts and everything, and it was the connection between Terra Studios and this castle is pretty obvious when you go out to the two places. So you could look up the Wilson Park Castle, and you could also look up Terra Studios, and you can get a better idea of the different kinds of crafts that are involved in creating this castle. I would imagine a lot of ceramic artists worked on this, a lot of sculptors. This water feature here with the fountain in the center was always filled with koi, bright orange swimming fish, beautiful. The ceramic tiles that make up the top of the castle, there are faces. So we could come here and we could play in this castle and we could just sort of create our own reality. And it was so nice to have this structure that wasn't just a typical swing set or slide or playground like many of us had and played with, but it was something else. It was, so you can see the details on these pillars, just full of different little drawings and sketches in ceramic and clay and shells and mosaic and tiles. And I'll show you here, there's these steps that go up into the main part of the castle, and we could walk and run and jump and play and really have this sort of little kingdom to ourselves and have this, these handprints. Here we are in the top of the castle now, and I'll walk into this little turret. What I was pointing at before when I was across the way, you can walk into the little turret. And now you can see the bridge that I was just filming from. And I'm inside this turret now of the castle. And it was just delightful. It was delightful to have our own place. It was delightful to make up our own games and create our own stories, and to basically be walking in, playing in, and surrounded by many local and regional artist work. There's another smaller turret that you can get up on. These built-in bench seats on both sides. And it's wonderful that this castle has stood the test of time. And if you talk to anyone that was born in Fayetteville, and even now, of course, today, they will remember the castle. They'll talk to you about the castle. They have good memories of the castle. There were little things like this little area here. We would get up in here and crawl around on top of this little section that's covered by probably like a big leaf. Yeah, it was sort of a tile leaf situation up there. And then here's another little place that we could get into. And I also remember the quality of the way your voice sounded when you would get in different parts of the castle, the acoustics, I mean, all the things that kids love. You had water, you're in this garden, you could run, you could scream, you could climb up, you could imagine things. It was, you know, our native stone. And it was whimsical, you know? It was whimsical, but it was so very real and so very of our local area and so important to so many of us to have this special kind of unique artfully done structure to call our own, so that we could develop our spirits and creativity and our imagination and be surrounded by the art of so many people here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and, you know, beyond. So I just wanted to showcase this fabulous place because, again, like everything, whether it's how I was raised or, you know, this all impacts my art. This makes me who I am. This is a foundation that is within me. And it's a whimsical, wonderful place. And I would hope that every child would have something that was made, you know, in this way. This is just full of love, full of ideas, full of dreams, and it leaves so much up to the child to fill in the blanks. You've got this incredible space. It's so whimsical. I know I've used that word like 3 times. It's really not one of my favorite words. I don't like it very much. But again, I remember too that these used to be light features, and there were big globe lights on them, and they were beautiful. Unfortunately, those got smashed, I believe. And then people have added stuff to the castle. There's been new benches that have been created by local artist Eugene Sargent, different flower benches, different things. I'll walk over here to the side and see if I can just double check some of my information. Oh yes, it was called Point 7, and it was built to last for generations. It was many local professional architects, builders, stonemasons, engineers. I am reading the sign. But it was quite an amazing thing to have happened at the time for all of us as kids. And the water is an active spring. So there you have it. That's a little bit about the Fayetteville Castle, or the Point, and I'm just so glad I could share it with you all. And I think it's still such a place. I'm just so glad that it's been maintained, it's been kept up, and it's been added to over the years. So that's the Tuesday studio video visit coming from Fayetteville, Arkansas, the place of my birth. And I was actually just born right down the road behind here, or in front of here. So that's all I've got for you. I'm sorry it's coming to you on a Wednesday rather than a Tuesday, but we got there in the end, and that's all that matters. I will see you again